Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of Alternate Future of the World. Let's get into it. Last episode, a lot of stuff happened, including some sinking of Antarctic islands. But today we're going to be starting here, in the moon. Because the Europeans are going to be expanding their moon colony right here, and then they're going to be shown soon after the Americans are going to do the same. And then right after that, the Chinese are going to continue expanding. And then the Russians will decide, will decide to make a landing right here next to the Chinese colony. And then one other nation, the Indians, will go ahead and make a colony there. And that's our updated moon map. There, now we can get back to the world, specifically South America, because conflict is breaking out. The Right Triangle Alliance is mad at the rest of South America, also known as the 6-Point Star Alliance. So the Right Triangle Alliance is going to declare war on the 6-Point Star Alliance in order to attempt and take over all of South America. And when you look at the two sides, it seems like you want to be doing very well. But the thing is, they attacked first, so they were ready. The other team was not. So when these two sides will fight each other, the Ecuadorians will be quickly pushing into the Peruvian area and starting to push into Amazon, Brazil up north, while Bolivia and Chile are working together in order to push back the Peruvians and the Brazilians. The Bolivians are mainly focusing on the Amazon, Brazil, while the Chileans are mainly focusing on Argentina and Peru. And then Paraguay is going to be focusing on Argentina and Brazil. Oh wait, that's the only two they're attacking, so yeah. They take this panhandle, and then Uruguay is going to connect with Argentina, completely surrounding the country. And the thing is, since they attacked first, they aren't getting as much support as they were expected. Even though they're pushing in greatly towards the start of the war, that doesn't mean they'll win. And the front looks like this. And the Americans are supporting these people because they do not like how Brazil and Argentina are ruling over the continent. They want to rule over the continent. And they're giving support. So the American side is giving support to the red team, and the Chinese and Russians are giving support to the blue team. And what is happening is the Americans will be getting even more support, but then Chinese support arrives, as it will be landing in Peru and pushing back Bolivia and Chile greatly. As when this happens, the Bolivians will be surrounded from three sides, with Russian help coming from the east and Chinese coming from the west. That won't really be doing too well as Bolivia surrenders. And then quickly after, Ecuador will lose all its gained territories and fall. That's bad. And then the rest of this will so shortly fall apart as a spearhead is made to connect these two, and all this area is forced to surrender. And then that just leaves Chile. And they attempt to fight, but they will not be doing too well. But they do have protection. But they will eventually surrender. Let's look at the Peace Treaty of South America. And this is the Peace Treaty. And right after this, we see the breakaway, the complete dissolvement of this alliance, because there's not too much trust in this alliance. And Argentina will decide to immediately join the Star Alliance. And so will Chile, which is still alive. And then right after, Peru and Brazil will be joining the Chinese alliance. Yeah. If we go to Central America, Panama is going to be seen siding with the Americans. And it looks like a huge major war might happen soon. let's look here. Do you know why? It's because, if I can get the color, the Central American country will be declaring war on Belize. And when this happens, Belize will be falling quickly. Let's look at a peace treaty. Full annexation. And so far, there is not many countries in the Americas, as all of the Americas and all of Europe except you, Switzerland. I forgot to erase this border. And now Switzerland is landlocked by the European country. All of Africa except you. All of these countries, and yeah. Looks like a possible Third World War might happen soon. Who knows? Let's see in this episode. Because some of these countries are going to be joining alliances. Like a bunch of the Western African countries are going to be joining the Star Alliance. But also some other countries will be joining this alliance, the 4-Point Star Alliance. And we'll also, lots of Nigeria. And also the Diamond Alliance is going to get members. And the Northern Nigerian country, Togo, and Benin, which look like lines. If you're wondering about this country, you should wonder because it is going to join the East African Federation, which by now has sort of become a superpower, you may say. Yeah. And now it's also maybe thinking about other countries joining the Union. And one of those countries is Angola, as Angola will be joining the East African Federation. As Angola will be, becoming a part of this giant federation. And even right after, these Nigerian countries will be joining the federation. And so far, the federation is ginormous. All of the red here is the federation, East African Federation. And so far, it's challenging the thrones of the Americans, the Europeans, the Russians, and the Chinese, and the Indians for top 5 strongest countries in the world. That's concerning. Now it's time to look at Indonesia's economical alliance, as it will be gaining new members in Thailand and India. As this economical alliance is very popular with the world, and its goal is to strive to unite the entirety of the world economically, and it is very successful, as even countries that are in the Diamond Economical Alliance will be joining it. And Indonesia is a good ruler of this alliance for one reason. They aren't really aligned to any major power. They aren't aligned to the Americans or the Russians. And because of this, many countries, like the ones I'm coloring in right now while speaking, will be joining the Indonesian Economic Alliance. Yeah, that's something. Oh, let's look at our daily European Union update. What countries will join the European Union today? Let's see which ones join. So, I forgot to erase this. Ukraine, Slovenia, Croatia, and the Albanian Union will all be joining the European Union. And now, it's just between Romania and Bulgaria to join this union to almost fully unite the European continent under one country. Yeah. Time to talk about land here, because this land thing is having some uprisings. Like, Turkish uprisings. And Turkish forces will be invading it. And, let's look at the peace treaty. I guess this land is not a country anymore. No, still not saying the name of it. But this will make the Diamond Alliance mad. They're mad at Turkey, specifically. And the Star Alliance. Like, you just let Turkey go into our nation and just invade it and take it? The Russians are mad. Really mad. And they might possibly be developing nuclear bombs as a secret project. And the Nigerians will be joining this alliance. They're also So basically every nation in the world is aligned with some sort of military alliance. Except the most peaceful continent in existence, the Oceanic continent. There. And time to talk about Russia. Now I'm going to be outlining fronts while I speak. The Russians are really mad at the Americans for just letting this happen. They just kind of let Turkey invade into their ally and so just take it. And they send a response to the Americans. Hey, you better make Turkey give back the country now, or else total war. The Diamond Alliance will declare war on your alliance. Your Imperial Alliance is what they say. And when this response gets to the Americans are like, whoa, we'll settle this with Turkey. So the Americans are going to be going to Turkey and saying, why did you do that? And their response to that is that it was unstable, and it kind of was. There were many rebellions in it. So they invaded into it in order to take that land. And, well, still makes them mad. And, yeah, Russians are still mad when the Americans send that response over, which is really scary. And I'm outlining fronts here. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. So, and then more uprisings are going to happen to bring back the land of this country. Yeah, that's something. And, when the uprisings happen, they will be in support of the Russians and the Americans. The Americans, the Indonesians, the Chinese, the Russians, the Indians, and basically every major power in the world is somehow supporting one of these rebels. There's like many different groups throughout the country. And this is something, just saying. And then the Turkish will be invading all of the rebel groups. And they would take them all out. This is it, is what they say. All these ones here were outlined for a purpose. I will outline this one as well. And then, the Diamond Alliance is sending an ultimatum over to the Star Alliance. Surrender the land and make the country back. Give it back now. Or else, the Diamond Alliance will declare full-on war, nuclear war, world war with the Americans. And the Americans' response to that, their response is no. Yes. No. They in response to that say that they were rebels and the Turkish wants to deal with them. But the Russians won't like that. And then one day in the early winter of the 2080s, the Diamond Alliance declares war on the Star Alliance, officially starting World War III. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Alternate Future the World. See you in the next episode, where we will look at the beginning of World War III in Alternate Future. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you in the next episode, and bye!